What's going on, everybody? It's your life and wellness coach, Charles Johnson from Beyond Wellness Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about community mental health because it starts with us. Welcome to this great segment that I have, which is called Mic Check, Mind Check. This is a 3-minute podcast where we flip on the mic and check in on what really matters, people's mental health. In this short and powerful segment, we're asking everyday people a few big questions. It's raw, it's real, it's relatable. No lectures, just life. One honest conversation at a time. So let's get into today's 3-minute mental health check-in. Mic check, mind check. Let's go. Now we get the cheers. Hold on, we got the cheers. There we go. There we go. Yes. Mind check, mind check. I said that backwards. Mic check, mind check. This is going to be a good time. We're going to talk to people in the community. A little mental health check-in, guys. That's what we got going on. We got our first guest here. Hey, what's going on, Sam? We got our first guest here. Sam, how are you been, man?
I've been pretty good, just hanging out, living life. Kind of enjoy to be on this podcast. I'm real excited about it. So this is something new that I'm ready for.
All right. Well, Sam, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Tell them, where you're from and what you do.
All righty. So as you guys know, my name's Sammy Davis. I am a personal trainer at Choice Fitness. I started this a couple years back and it kind of just took off. And then from Endicott, New York, that's where it's based. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Personal trainer. He's one of the world's best, guys. He's one of the world's best. So, all right, Sam. So I'm glad you were able to log in with me and talk a little bit about mental health and do this mental health check-in. I've got some 5 questions that I'm going to throw at you, and we'll just see how everything's going. All right. So my first question I have for you is, what's one sign that tells you that you're mentally overwhelmed?
Oh, that one's huge. So one sign that I'm mentally overwhelmed is burnout. So one of the biggest things that I've noticed over time is I like to get my hands on as many things as possible. And then I realize that I'm taking on maybe one too many tasks. And then on top of that, then I just start to kind of burn out, I guess. So once that burnout happens, I kind of start letting things go, or I notice I'm doing a lot less than I should be. And then maybe I'm not doing anything at all. So that's usually what happens.
Yeah. No, I feel that can definitely happen, especially with burnout. When you get overwhelmed and things just seem too heavy, you get to the point where sometimes you either slow down or you just stop completely. So, all right, next question I have for you. When you're stressed, what do you usually do first? Do you reach out or do you withdraw?
Oh, I definitely withdraw. I mean, I kind of just take a step back and I try to see what's going on. But then usually once I know that I'm stressed, I kind of just stay away from everybody. I'm withdrawing from everything.
Gotcha. And how's that work for you? Like, how does that affect you when you withdraw like that?
So it could go either way, but I mean, kind of on the con side of it, it's not too good. So I'm not talking to people. I'm trying to figure things out on my own, but then there's so many things that are going through my head at that point. So say if I was in a burnout mode and then I'm withdrawing from people, nobody really knows what's going on. They're still expecting things from me and maybe I'm not answering, or maybe I'm not talking to people. So nobody's going to really be able to figure out what's going on. And I'm just trying to do it on my own, I guess.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, sometimes things get overwhelming and we all kind of take a step back, we withdraw, and we try to take on, probably, like you're saying, more than we should, which becomes overwhelming, which then now we become less productive.
Yeah.
So, no, it's probably one of the good things that we probably need to focus on when we get like that is to sometimes ask for help or reach out to the people that are close and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on with me.
Yeah.
So never be afraid to ask for help. So that's always a plus. Let's see. Next question I have is, what's something you used to struggle with that you've grown through?
So something that I used to struggle with that I've grown through. One big thing that we were just talking about is reaching out. So I used to, when I get stressed, I just kind of go back into my own little shell. I wouldn't talk to anybody, but now I've kind of developed this skill well, not even a skill, it's just reaching out to people. I know that I have to talk to somebody, or because if I'm just trying to deal with it on my own, I mean, sometimes it works, but most of the time, I would like somebody there just to kind of help give me more advice than just my own, because maybe my own ideas, I'm trying to think of so many things all at once, and that's
Yeah.
just kind of, it's not working at the time. So if I have somebody else's guidance or advice at that time, they're able to help me out. And then it's just reaching out makes it easier for me.
Right on. All right. Nice. Nice. So what habits helped you stay grounded in the middle of chaos?
So, what habits that help me stay grounded in the middle of chaos? Meditation, that one's been huge for me. So, I've
Okay.
built a routine over, God, almost in the past year or so. Meditation has to happen first thing in the morning, because if I'm not able to sit back and sit in peace and quiet for a short, I mean, maybe 5 minutes to half an hour, maybe an hour, I'll do that
Right.
first thing in the morning, and it'll just give me that peace and quiet so I can kind of help plan out my day or kind of figure out what's going on. Because then if something happens in this in the time frame of this day, then I'm able
Mm.
to kind of help myself discover what's going on, and I can take a step back and kind of see it from an outsider's view instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
everything that's going on in my mind.
Yeah. Gives you a little bit more clarity, it sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I know for myself, it's funny you say the meditation because I started doing a lot more prayer and meditation in the evening because I'm so jacked up. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole day, right? My between the adrenaline and the energy and everything that's going on and just be interacting with people, the environment. I have to when I get home, I have to make my room dark. I put on a little bit of what is it like sounds of like if it's the ocean or if it's the rain hitting the a tin roof or something like that, where nature sounds basically. And what I'll do is I'll really get into slowing down. I'll actually even have my smartwatch on and I'll check my heart rate from the time I start my meditation by the time I end it, right? So, like I said, it involves a lot of prayer too, right? Uh, really with revolving around gratitude, right? Things that I'm grateful for, things that I'm thankful for. And by the end, I'm like chilling, right? Everything kind of slows down, my heart rate's down, and I sleep like a baby.
That's the way to
So
do it. I mean,
that's it.
just
That's
getting
it.
rid of all that chaos and slowing yourself down right there. That's just going to help.
Absolutely.
It's going to benefit you so much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I remember a while back you mentioned meditation. I think when we talked on a previous podcast episode, it when I started hearing more people doing it, I said, you know, I may need to even incorporate some of that into my own life.
Yeah.
So there you go. You influenced me.
Well, you got to take some things from everyone.
That's it. That's it. All right. Here's my last question I have for you. What's something you've been pretending you're okay with, but you're not? And what would healing from that look like?
So some things that I'm pretending I'm okay with, but I'm not, is
Yes.
um kind of hard to phrase this one, but saying yes, I guess, to everybody. I always pretend that I'm okay with saying yes all the time. And
Mm,
one, I'm a people pleaser, so I kind of want to just make everyone feel happy. I want everyone to be okay. So, I mean, I'm at work or I'm training people. I just want to make sure everyone gets the best of me. But then at that point, maybe somebody's asking a little too much of me, but I have the issue of just saying no. So I think that's something that I've been pretending I'm okay with, but I'm not.
right. So what does healing look like in order to fix that or to correct that for you?
Healing to fix that, I got to just start practicing. I mean, just saying no to people, thinking about what I need first, and then
Mm,
figuring out what goes on. If I'm okay, setting boundaries with those people, because if it's something that they're asking of me, if that's a little bit too much, I have to look in my own self and be like, you know what, I'm not okay with that. So I'm just gonna have to work away around that, or they're just gonna have
right.
to go another route. Because setting up boundaries for myself, that's just gonna help kind of alleviate all the stress from myself.
Sure. Sure. Absolutely. I agree with that completely. You definitely have to have limits. You definitely have to have boundaries because that's where you get into that burnout quick, right? You can get overwhelmed quickly when you're trying to please everybody. And if you're not taking care of yourself, it's going to be difficult to take care or help anybody else. So, but yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate you coming on and just giving us a little bit of insight of how your mind works and certain things that you've gone through and certain things that you do to in order to heal. So that's awesome.
I appreciate you having me back on the podcast. I mean, this has been great. This is a new experience, and I mean, the mental health check-in, that's huge. I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
lot of people get to do that, and getting the chance to do that, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's always great to vent. It's always great to vent sometimes. So yeah, I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll get you on again in the future and with another mental health check-in.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, thank you. Let me hit the phone. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, your life and wellness coach, Charles Johnson, and welcome back to Mic Check, Mind Check. This is the 3-minute podcast where we flip on the mic and check in on what really matters, which is people's mental health. In this short and powerful segment, we're going to be asking everyday people, like our friend here, a few big questions. It's raw, it's real, it's relatable, no lectures, just life, one honest conversation at a time. So let's get into this 3-minute mental health check-in. Mic check, mind check. Let's go. And then here we go. Mic check, mind check, guys. We're checking in on people's mental health. It's going to be a good time here. We're going to learn something. All right, settle down, everybody in the back. All right. Hey, here we are at mind check, mic check. So we got our special guest here. My guest here, please tell us
Hi
who you
there.
are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Okay, so I'm Nicole Blanchard. I'm from Windsor, New York. Lived here a very long time, longer than I probably should have. No, I love it here. It is gorgeous. We're out in the country. It's beautiful, peaceful, scenic. Can't complain. I am a newly hired behavioral health nurse educator and performance improvement coordinator. So I have worked 9 years in mental health as a staff nurse, so I got a lot of experience with that, community of people, and I'm looking forward to moving into this new position and helping in a different kind of way. So it's exciting, exciting.
All right. So you approve of my mind check, mic check.
I think it's great.
All
Love
right.
it, love
Good.
it.
Good. So we're going to start with our few questions that I have for you. And the first question I'll throw at you right now. What's one sign that tells you that you're mentally overwhelmed?
All right. So when I'm mentally overwhelmed, I would have trouble concentrating. So that would be my number one indicator that I'm starting to struggle.
Okay. All right. So when you're stressed, then what do you usually do first? Do you reach out or do you withdraw?
Believe it or not, when I'm like in my most stressed moments, I start reaching out and I start like displaying acts of kindness. Like I'll
Hmm.
go and I'll buy my mom a coffee or get her breakfast sandwich and I'll stop by with a little bouquet of flowers
Okay.
and, pop in for a visit, something like that. Or I'll start taking pictures and sharing them, of things that I love, things that bring me inspiration. And then I'm starting to feel like, okay, yeah, this is why things are good,
Yeah.
because there's always that opportunity to touch people's lives. So,
There you go. Oh man, I love that. I love
you
that.
know,
All right. So what's something you used to struggle with that you've grown through?
all right. I think I used to struggle with maybe feeling like I was accepted, in some of my times where I was at my most vulnerable, I didn't feel like I belonged in certain places,
Hmm.
or that I would need other people's validation to feel like I was doing things well. And I think I'm moving a little bit more out of that kind of pattern now and feeling more confident in my ability to make strong decisions and act in my own power. And I feel pretty good about it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
in a good place.
That's good. I love that. I love that. All right. What habits help you stay grounded in the middle of chaos?
Two words. I lean in. I get
Lean
in it. Yeah. I like to think of, things can be swirling around you. You could be in the midst of a pretty big storm. And if you're staying in the center of that and you're staying cool, calm, collected and not, getting emotionally involved, getting your things heightened, then you're going to be more apt to make decisions that are strong and impactful. I think that when what do I want to say? When the roots are strong, there is no reason to fear the storms. So
Okay.
that's where I go.
So basically, you're saying you embrace the suck.
Yes, yes. Okay, so my daughter and I have a little saying, and do you got a second for a little story?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
okay,
it.
okay. All right, I love this one. Okay, so I was working an overnight shift as staff nurse. She wanted to spend the night at a friend's house. She had a history of being late to school, so I said, all right, as long as we can get you to school on time the next morning, that's the stipulation. She's like, all right, yeah, we can do this. I'm sitting out in the driveway waiting for her, and she's not coming. She's not coming. She's got 3 minutes to get to school, and I'm like, oh man, she's testing this. All right. So we get in the car. She's like, can I drive to school? I'm like, absolutely, get in the car. So she's got a straight stretch to get to the high school from this location, right? She's got it pegged. She's ready. We get behind a elementary bus, and that bus stopped at every house along the way. I'm like, she goes, oh no. I'm like, this is the universe, girl. And she goes, the universe sucks, mom. I'm like, yeah. I go, but what are we going to do? I go, you know, right now we're going to be late. I go, that's the way it's going to go. I go, are we going to try to enjoy this? Are we going to laugh and have a few extra moments together? Or are we going to be like hysterical and stressed getting you to school? She goes, we're going to have fun with this. All right, let's go. So that's what we do now. We're like, there's always going to be a bus. What are we going to do with the bus? So,
Right, that's right. Are we going to focus on the problem, or are we going to focus on the resolution?
yeah. So
Yeah,
we make it a party bus now.
there you go. I love it. I love it. All right, here's my last question for you.
All right.
What's something you've been pretending you're okay with, but you're not? And what would healing from that look like?
Okay. I'm gonna have to say that my one thing that I am struggling with is romantic connection.
Mm,
So that one, it's gonna take a lot of trust, you know, for me to have somebody welcomed into my world.
right.
I've worked hard, you know, to be a steady person, to show up for myself strong, and I'm gonna want somebody to respect my boundaries and to I think that that's going to be a biggie, like as far as going back to revisit that self acceptance thing. It's like, I know that I've got to hold strong to my boundaries to be well. Is that going to hold up with somebody else? You know, am I going to be able to be like, hey, I'd like to have somebody in my life, but this is the way it's got to go, and be okay with if it's not, you know, with someone else?
Yeah,
And not feel like, oh my gosh, this isn't, you know, the right thing for me. It's not that, it's not the right person, you know?
right.
So finding that right person, welcoming them in would be healing for me.
All right. All right. I love it. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for knocking out this mic check.
You're welcome.
I'm messing up my own thing here. The
It's
old
a
mic check.
bus.
The mic check, mind check. So thank you so much for joining me on this segment, and hopefully we can do it again. And I'll have some more questions for you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Charles.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
What's going on, everybody? I'm back, and welcome back to Mic Check, Mind Check. This is a 3-minute podcast where we flip on the mic and check in on what really matters, which is people's mental health.
Right.
In this short and powerful segment, we're asking everyday people a few big questions.
Mhm.
And it's going to get raw, it's real, and it's going to be relatable.
Right.
So this isn't going to be a lecture, just life, one honest conversation at a time. So let's get into today's 3-minute mental health check-in. Mic check, mind check. Let's go. Little mic check, mind check, mental health check-in with my special guest here. Mr. Dion, tell people who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, Dion Jergo from Tucson, Arizona. I live in Virginia now, Leesburg, Virginia. I moved here 24 years ago. Came out here to visit, you know, my son who I hadn't seen before. Moved out here and loved it and stayed, met you guys and met my crew. And I'm just living the life now.
I know
Living the
that's
life.
right. Dion is also a personal trainer. Dion has a big group exercise following, Body by Dion. Just want to go ahead and plug that for him.
Oh, yeah. Boot camp party.
Boot camp party, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, Dion, you ready for this mental health check-in?
Yes, I am. I need a mental check-in.
All right. I got 5 questions for you, and I'll
Shoot.
start with the first one. Here we go. What's one sign that tells you that you're mentally overwhelmed?
I get moving too fast.
Mm,
I am doing one thing and I can't even finish without starting something else, and I drop things, that's a clear sign that I am overwhelmed, that my bandwidth has reached its near capacity. It's
Right.
when I'm feeling I'm just got too much going on and I can't slow down, do one thing, then the other thing, then the next thing. I'm trying to do. It's part of my DNA, Chaz. I've always been this way, and I notice it more when I've got so much going on that I can't. I'm chasing my tail.
Right. Right.
That's when I know that I'm a bit overwhelmed. I need to slow it down and
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, that makes sense. That makes sense. We all kind of get overwhelmed, man. Sometimes things get moving too fast and we're trying to do too much at one time. And you get to the point where either you drop the ball or you just stop. So, all right.
or snap.
Or snap. Or
You
or
know, and I'm
snap. Yes.
it might not be a major snap.
Yeah.
It might be a damn it, Dion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
hard on myself. So yeah, that's when I know.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Next question. When you're stressed, which is good leading into what we just got finished saying, but
Yes.
you're stressed, what do you usually do first? Do you reach out to people or do you withdraw?
If I can't settle myself,
Mm-hmm.
and which I usually have a pretty good time of doing because I've got a toolkit that I've attained through Alcoholics Anonymous. And that keeps me grounded. It keeps me back on point. If I can't, yes, I definitely need to reach out to somebody. And chances are I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody to run stuff past people to say, hey, am I okay? Am I thinking right? It's always good to check with somebody who has no personal
An
interest.
outside perspective, probably.
Yes,
Right.
no personal interest in what I'm going through, and being on the outside looking in. That's always good to have someone like that. I call it my sphere of influence. Whether I'm
Okay.
influencing them or they're influencing me, it's just the sphere of people that I have around me that I know I can trust. And chances are they will tell me because they'll see it before I will.
Yeah.
But you,
Yeah.
that's an indicator. And yeah, I need my people around me. I need my crew because
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers. And a lot of times I go into prayer to settle myself down, take deep breaths, and just sit here and just calm myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I talked to somebody previous to our conversation, and that was one of the things they said they use too. Is they use meditation, and I explained to them I use prayer, which I meditate on the things that I'm grateful for, and I do a lot of things in the evening, especially to bring the energy down. So
Yes.
I find that's very important for myself. So I've really integrated more prayer into my life, especially in the evening, to bring the energy down. Because I always tell them my smartwatch is on and I know my heart rate is up because my day is going, right?
Yes.
So my smartwatch also tells me it's time to bring it down, big boy. It's time to bring it down. Settle, right? Because if not, my mind will race all night and I'll think about everything. What do I need to do next? How do I need to do this? I got to do this more. Then I'll just come up with just random things like, man, I wonder what Jupiter smells like. Just crazy stuff. My mind just goes all over. I got to slow down, but I get it. All right. Next question. What habits help you stay grounded in the middle of chaos?
I'm just sitting here picturing myself in the middle of some of the chaos that I've been and what I've done to keep myself grounded is just remember that I don't control everything. That I am not in control. I am not in control. And the serenity prayer helps me a lot. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I check and see if I can change, if I control, cool. If I can't, then I need to let it go. I need to accept it as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at that time. And wisdom, I pray for wisdom to know the difference between the two. I give you an example. 2 weeks ago, I'm at a hotel in Tucson. I reserved the presidential suite for my family, having a family reunion.
Okay.
They didn't even call me, the DoubleTree didn't even call me and tell me that the presidential suite wasn't available. They just gave my key and sent me to a king suite, which was smaller than what I needed.
Yeah.
And to put a long story short, between dealing with the hotel about my room and dealing with
Mhm.
my family about the reunion, I had to stop selling myself, compartmentalize, and say, okay, if I can't control or change what's happening with this hotel, I have to let it go.
Right.
Just let it go. I'll just talk with my family and I just have fun with them. Things I can change in a moment, cool. If I can't, I gotta let it go. I let it go.
Right.
Let
Yeah,
it
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
And it helps me so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still on my mind, but I had
Yeah.
to put it in the back of my mind and deal with
Sure.
and take care of my family. It's about compartmentalizing what you can and cannot control.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that for sure. All right. Last question here.
Last
This-
one? All
Yeah, I
right.
got this last one here.
I thought that was three.
This is the deep one, right?
Okay.
What's something you've been pretending you're okay with, but you're not? And what would healing from that look like?
Okay, I like to pretend that I'm okay with what my children do. They're grown. I gotta pretend, because I can't control them. And what was the second part of your question?
And what would healing from that look like?
Healing from that, from not being able to guide and direct my children because they're grown, is adopting acceptance. I gotta accept them for the people who they are. I mean, and that's another long in AA. Acceptance is the answer to all of my problems. Whenever I'm disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me. And I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Because nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. So while I'm sitting here thinking I'm the creator, I take a step back and say, no, Dion, you're just the creation.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the only way I can explain how I can take myself off the rails, so to speak, and just get back on the beam and just, live life on life's terms. And like I said, I've got people who speak this stuff to me daily when I go to my meetings, and I have a pretty good memory, and I use my calendar as well. I use my calendar to guide me. I use my calendar whenever I need a message. I'll put a message in my calendar for the next day, next morning. So it'll remind me to keep things in perspective.
Right.
That's just some of the things I do because, man, as a black man in this country, we face some stuff, and we have to maintain clear mental health, good mental health. And it's hard, it's difficult, it's challenging. It's challenging.
Yeah.
And if we can't do it by ourselves, we need to have a network of people to help us.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that last part there because I know culturally we struggle with our mental health and that we don't seek resources in order to get those things that we're struggling with addressed. We kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? We kind of
Suppress.
Suppress. Yes, we suppress these emotions, those feelings, so that we never deal with them. And unfortunately, then they can come up
and deal with us.
For sure. Yeah. And unfortunately, we start dealing with other people in a negative way, right?
And that's
how we interact with them. Yeah.
That is key right there. I teach a boot camp class, Chaz. When I go to class every morning or night, whichever one I go, before that class, whatever I got going on in my life, I need to put that aside and think about what these people are needing that are coming to my class. Sometimes if you get outside yourself, I get outside myself and help others, it comes back to me. It gives me answers to the problems that I'm facing. To helping others, looking at other people's situation. And that's what I do with my classes. I come in thinking, okay, they're dealing with something at home. They're coming here for relief or support or exhortation, whatever. Yeah. That's where I've got to be in the mindset to help them escape for whatever they're going through. And everybody's going through something.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself. And I think we're going to leave that right there. That was perfect. That was a perfect way to end that. That's a perfect way to end that.
Thank you, sir.
Brother, I appreciate you. I always appreciate
you too.
Yeah, and I love our conversations. I love our relationship. And I'm looking forward to more conversations in the future that we can continue to have these conversations and expand on them more and more.
Anytime, my brother, anytime. because it does help to check in.
Right on, right on. All right. Thanks again. And thanks for
Yep.
other people who are watching. And hopefully everybody can get something out of these mental health check-ins, something you may be able to relate to, something that you'll take away, or something maybe if you want to call in and check in that you can add to the conversation. So that's always important too. So
Yeah.
everybody, have a great rest of your day, Dion.
You
And
too,
everybody
sir.
else-
Love you, man. Take care.
All right, brother. Thank you. All right.